Good day, guys. I am in the shed today, and we're going to turn this piece of unknown wood. uh, it came to me as part of the skids that we got a couple of years ago, and nearly all the skids were like pine, pitch pine, poplar, and stuff. But the odd one you would get, I got a couple of nice cherry ones and a couple of what do you call them? I think like cedar and a bit of can't remember the name of it, but in amongst them all was a few nice bits of timber, and this is one of them. So I'm just going to bring that down, and you can see it. That's it there, and I cut these up uh, into blanks and rounded them off uh, just about October last year, and they've been sitting in the shed on the shelf, sort of drying. Most of them were okay and were dry, but there was a lot of them that get wet underneath the cover I had on them. But this one, I decided to turn this piece. I'm going to make a goblet and maybe do a couple of captive rings on it. The blank measures 230 millimeters by roughly about 90 mil. I'm just going to switch back to my front camera because that it shows you better. There's nice grain in this. The light might be diffusing it a wee bit, shining on it, but you can see it's not a piece of pine. I don't know what it is, but anyway, who cares? As long as it's timber and I can turn it, all the better. So first of all, get your tool rest just below center and get yourself a good stance. There's nothing worse when standing on the lathe and having to move. You shouldn't have to move away from the spot you're in. You should be moving your body just by swaying back and forward. Yes, if you're going to do a bit of hauling, you're going to go around that side of it. And that's understandable. I'm just saying, when you're using your tools, to get a nice continuous flow of the tool and cut, you want to be positioning yourself so that you get an even cut the whole way along. Right, I'll just do one cut here and true this up. Let's see what the best. Well, you can see that. That's roughly. There's my line, and there's the depth gauge. So we need to go a wee bit further. So I'm going to stop about 5 mil off the bottom. So that's how far we need to drill in. Okay. You want to turn your speed down a wee bit. Not going too fast, and just take it easy to start off and get your bit cutting. lots of noise coming from that as I bring it out. So we'll put a depth gauge in to see how far we've gone. We still have a bit yet. That registers 60 mil, so a wee bit to go yet. The other thing about using a Jacob's chuck to drill your holes, if you fully extend your quill out of the tool or your head or tool rest, or not the tool rest, you've got a chance of this catching in here, and you can possibly bend your quill. Okay, so I like to wind it back and move it forward, and then take another couple of cuts, and that way you're keeping all the quill inside the tailstock. Right, we'll check that again, and it's almost there. A couple of wee turns, and now we'll do it. Just take a slack up, and then we're on the cutting. That should be me. So we'll pull that out, stop our lathe, and there we are. The depth is reached. Okay, and we'll just round that off at the bottom and sand it, and then we can continue on the outside of that. Okay. I'm just using a pull cut. Right. We need to see what's going on in here. I got my wee light. Came to the post last week. It's a great wee light, and actually see where you're going. So if I bring that camera down, you probably see better. I know the light is blinding it, but you can see a wee bit better now if I put it off to this. Just put that over there out of the way a minute. Oh, not there. Turn it off. Right. I need to true this up again, or we'll be in bother. And all the wee bits of wood you have, never throw them away, because they come in handy for doing things like this here. Now that's just taking this up. I'm going to try and get this back in the round. That's the best thing I ever bought. You just put it over and shape it to where you are, and you can work away with it. And when you don't need it, you just push it back in again, and it's out of the way. So I got those on eBay. They're guinea pig tunnels. That's what they're called for your guinea pigs or hamsters if you have them. Uh, uh, They come in a packet too. There's the other one. Comes in a pack, and they extend out to about a meter. So they do roughly. Don't quote me on that now, but you can get a few different colours on them if you're into your colours. you know, I mean, you don't have to move your dust extracting to suit the piece. You can just bend your hose out. Now there's still more room for that to come out, and there's still room there for that to come to me. So it's right on the where I want it, and I'm going to do a wee sand. So I'm putting the dust extractor on. Okay. Just going down through the grits. This is 320. Just check that again. Don't want to end up cutting into the inside of the cup. And that is blunt as a badger's. We'll put a wee bit of a round over the bottom of it. Don't be scared to change your mind if you don't like the shape. You've got at this stage you can change your mind. You still have a wee bit of leeway with the wood. You can still take a wee bit more away. Uh, oh, we'll just stop that and have a wee look at it and see what we think. ring are going to make. You need a nice straight bit of timber. Now you can do your rings a couple of different ways. You can buy a ring tool, that's there, and that's for making your rings. You have to do most of your sanding here while you can, because once I cut that free from the piece of wood, I will not be able to get it sanded. You could sand it by hand, but it'll take forever. So a wee bit of sanding now will help you later on. So that's our ring off. Now we have to sand that and so on. And to keep that from flopping about the place, while we it's been near through, so I'm just going to do a wee bit of sanding at it again, just to refine the shape. The more you can do at this stage here, while it's spinning on the lathe, the better, because doing it by hand takes a wee bit of time. Just a wee bit from each end, and then it should pop off nice and easy. You're not putting much pressure on it, like so. So you can see it was very thin there, so that's all that's left on that. So job's a good one. We can dispense with it. Let's see if I got it all out. Just a wee bit there. Yeah, I cleaned it up. And just a wee bit of wax then, just to finish it off. Done. Now I will cut that off. And well then, what do you call it? I will finish off the rest of it by hand, which is 2 rings. Okay. Right. Before we go any further, you must disengage this. Okay. Okay. If you don't, and it's pushing force on front of that, when you cut that, it could possibly just bind up and bing, that's the end of your piece. So where's my wee thin parting tool? Put the speed down. That's just nuking that racket because that's inside it. So if you're not comfortable, cut the right through till it brings up. Take it down to near it's nearly there, and then take it off to your bandsaw if you have one. If you don't have a bandsaw, just use a hacksaw blade. Right, now comes a tricky part getting this out. I'll take the whole thing out of that because while it's twinging there, I could possibly end up breaking it. So it's better in my hand, and I can slide that out. So I'll just go to the bandsaw and cut that on through. Good afternoon, everybody. Started this wee project yesterday, and it's a wedding goblet, and with a captive rings on it. So to simulate the 2 rings given in the marriage ceremony, and I'm just finishing off sanding again. I've done a bit of sanding by hand with the rings and stuff just to final. Right, that's better. Do 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 do. Wee marks. Now I have to take that out. To remove that bit of tape. That's it. So that's just being held on in expansion mode, just to take the thing up and then locate your hole, your center, and that's all. There's no tightening or anything. Let's see what that's like. That looks alright. Well, I'll just give it a wee coat of wax. fellow in. Right, so I just need to take the foot off that. That's what we're going to do. And there you have it, everyone. One Irish wedding goblet with captive rings to simulate the marriage. There's 2 rings, receiving of them. And there's a wee verse what goes to that, but I couldn't tell you what it is because I've lost it. So I'll have to contact my good friend Brendan and ask him has he got that wee verse for that. So if you like what you see, please subscribe, and it helps me out my channel, and it lets me see that there is people out there that are interested in what I do. There's a lot on YouTube at the minute, turning ways, but it's all everybody's different. Everybody's in different things, and each to their own, as I say. You come across things you're maybe interested in. Uh, Bowl turners will watch bowl turning. I'm not really into a whole lot of bowl turning, and once you've done a few, they're all the same. I like to keep a variety of stuff using color, texture, uh, off-center work, using Joan Sonia's paints, uh, glitter. I have a wee project in mind for a bit of resin involved in it. I was watching YouTube the other day and I came across this wee project, and it wouldn't be my really cup of tea to do it, but it looked really well, and I'll try it out in a wee small project uh, to see how it goes because resin can be very hard to get right. Uh, Measurement ways and cured, and I'm not going down the road of buying a pressure pot like some of them have done. I think that's a step too far if you're not going to really be into using resin. So why fork out the money for that? Uh, it's just another tool to have and said and sit. But some people like pen stuff, so you can't be wrong, you know. Anyway, thanks guys for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Okay, goodbye.